Hello.
Hola.
Hi. And welcome.
Nope.
I don't have my microphone on. Hi. And welcome to.
Nope. I'm Key. I'm Diab. And welcome to My Best Friend's Day with Key and the D.
How fucking date.
Hi. I'm Kitty.
And I'm Diab.
And welcome to
My Best Friend's Gay
with Kitty.
And the D. I did it that way last week. So, Kitty.
Hey, girl.
Oh, look, we're not going to lie to you. Today has been a bit of a struggle filming. So pretend this is where she says, like, what are you drinking there? Because I'm drinking juice now.
We already finished our drinks, but we were drinking an Aperol Spritz.
It was. And why were we drinking that? Because I always think of it as just like, you know, we wanted a gay drink. We went for the classic Aperol Spritz. Kept it easy, kept it queer. Because the gays, a few of them went to Europe a few years back. They came back and like, you know what we've discovered? The Aperol Spritz. So for today's episode, we are just going to be having a RuCap.
We are RuCapping the first episode of Down Under.
Behind us, you will see, now look, we're spilling all the tea.
All the tea, all the tizzle.
Because, you know, so this episode is going to be a bit more chill, a bit more relaxed. We have a sleeping baby in the other room, which is why I wouldn't have a chance to iron the flags.
I actually would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the people of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation on lands at which we are filming today and that we are blessed to live on, and to acknowledge that
elders past, present and emerging.
Yes, and to acknowledge that sovereignty was not ceded.
I just don't know how to go to something bubbly after that.
No.
We'll just edit it.
Ding, ling, 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 ling.
As we've now seen, RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under has premiered on our television screen.
Exclusively on Stan.
In Australia, we've got different channels, different stations around the globe, love.
If you don't live in Australia and you're watching us, can you please tell us?
I think
the actual premiere at the Opera House was on Friday, the night
Friday.
before, and it was very, very small.
Very COVID friendly.
But this bitch decided to go to the Imperial after.
This bitch went to church because it was
Orthodox Good Friday, which we both are. And I did say, count me out. I don't like to go out on Good Friday.
Normally don't, but I had a word to the man upstairs and I was like, if you want it to be.
I'm sorry, sir, I have to go.
No, I said, you know what's right. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Ultimately, the after party was incredible. It was really lovely seeing the queens again, reconnecting. The reason why we go into this is I do not have a massive social media following, but I do have some important messages I like to relay. I've had a lot of people reach out and thank me for my being open with myself, helping them on their journey and in discovering who they are. With that in mind, I've made a stance from the beginning that I will not support brands who vilify, brands who bully. People who bully, companies that bully. On Friday, one of the queens who for years, and I will still continue to be a fan of her and her talents, decided to make me the target of a barrage of bullying to the point that I thought it was initially a joke. And that's what I love about the queer community. We kiki, we throw shade, we throw tea. I thought it was just a joke. And it continued throughout the night. People had heard it, she had not made a secret of it, and had approached me and said that it had become a problem that people had ultimately had to say, like, you need to rein it in. Because of not only it happening to me, but hearing it happen to several others, I've chosen not to comment on a particular contestant. I do not want any negativity thrown towards her. I think her talent is undeniable, stupidly talented.
It's a shame because actually before she's kind of quite well known as
being the nice
community queen, I would say. And sometimes when people are drinking, they can behave ridiculously. But there has to always be an element of truth in that. So if you are drinking and then you behave in a negative way towards someone, it's rooted somewhere. Like, it doesn't come from nowhere.
You know
so
what?
it just exacerbates.
And this is why I said that our community is, we do throw shade, we throw tea, and sometimes things get misunderstood.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadly, this was a targeted...
No, because then the next day we actually saw them the next day when we went to the screening, and they kind of completely ignored both of us.
We both had commented on the way they were acting around others to each other. That is why I personally, because of the stance I chose when I joined social media, is why I'll be doing that. And you may perceive it as unprofessional. For me, just morally, I can't bring myself to.
You just don't want to give that kind of person a bigger platform.
Yeah, and look, they have a bigger platform than me, and I think their talent totally deserves it. And this is someone I wanted, and I still, on a talent level, hope gets into the top 3. And I could easily see there because she's stupidly talented. I just think that we need to remember that we are famous. When I say we, they are famous for a reason, and the reason is those that look up to you and hold
without
your light.
idiots like us fucking paying money to see you twirl, honey, you have no job.
That's a long disclaimer.
And now, enjoy the show.
We do harp music.
What's harp music?
You know, like the chimes
I think they have them actually.
or harps.
Harp, it's a heart. The land of 1,000 hearts.
I love this.
Do they have kookaburras in New Zealand?
Gotta have the right qualifications and a whole lot of personality.
I'm never going to get over the personality. I think that's brilliant.
The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under will receive a 1-year supply of Revolution Beauty Cosmetics. My name is Aunt Simone. I'm a fabulous professional drag queen from Melbourne, Australia.
The ochre thing fucking annoys me.
Very ochre.
There she is, Tits McGee.
God, I'm thirsty! Mama jugs.
My name is Maxie Shield.
You know that she didn't get them enhanced. They're natural.
Hey, Maxie! Oh, no, you don't.
I know, it was the best. It's the
I
best.
died.
It's so fucking Aussie. It's not even funny.
So Australian. Oi, you dog.
You know what? Maxie's gotten hotter with age. Like, she's like a fine wine. This is what I didn't mention last time. What I do not like about Electra's tits, her nipples are in the wrong place. They're like
Too
cross-eyed.
high?
They're in the front, in the middle.
But I also find that the tit. Okay, wait.
Oh my God, we match.
What a day.
Wait. Guys, did you guys realise that, so guys, girls, and everyone else, that we're matching? You can't tell me that's not a woman.
It's not a woman. What a day to be wearing this situation. Breasts don't start here and end here.
They do if you buy them.
I'm sick of queens wearing their padding or putting their titties in and the tit like literally starts here. Like boobs go all the way to the side.
Electras are kind of, wait. There. Where a titty, there.
Just in the front. They look ridiculous.
It's like the nipples are trying to kiss.
Yes!
Piss some people off, but my theory is nipples are like eyebrows, they shouldn't touch.
The nipples are the eyes of the face.
What was that from?
This cancelled Diab. This bitch has not seen the UK season 2. Can someone educate Diab on the nipples are the eyes of a face?
Is that why yours are always looking down at everyone? I think titties should have some hang.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. So drag queens, when you buy it, like Maxine's.
Maxie's.
A nice, lactatious, she
Illustrious.
fed the village. And I'm just going to point this out now that she's having a bit of a talking head. Electra, I know she was the trade for a minute, but for me, all I see is Uncle Fester.
It's not what she said last week.
I know, now that I've seen more of her.
I know, I think she's hot.
Oh, I'd fuck someone from the Addams family, but all I can see is Uncle Fester.
Cousin It.
I am Cousin It.
Hello, Electra.
You're standing on your chiffon.
JoJo's my favourite again, but Kidda's not on the screen yet.
Say dancer.
You want some behind the scenes tea?
We sure do.
So apparently a lot of the queens are fucked off at Electra because apparently she likes to drop a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
I'm a dancer first and a drag queen second.
Then
and
get the fuck off Drag Race.
I didn't say that much. It's like this,
Sorry, what the fuck? Get the fuck off Drag Race. Don't walk around saying shit like that. This is the #1 platform for drag globally.
Yeah, why
Get
don't
the
you
fuck out of here.
go and say you think you can dance in New Zealand?
I want to see an interpreter dance about fish and chops. I'll be a chop. Well, pull apart the newspaper.
I'm the Pisces, so I'm the fush.
Well, I'm the fish. Which we learnt today apparently is cancelled, saying that people are fish.
Yes.
But to be fair,
And
I always say that I
it
smell
is-
like fish, so I can't see that far. So to me, I look flawless from here.
Well, my eyelashes are making my eyes blurry, so I'm on the same wavelength as you.
To me, it's even going... It is. Is this dirty? I think it is. Oh god, that's better.
Dear.
Ooh, that was a shocking reality check.
Have you ever had that where you need to clean the lens and then realise
Your bronzer's coming off, your fucking hair's everywhere.
I think I need filler? I think it's time. Look at that. The face vagina.
My god! It's our girlfriend.
How delightfully camp.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear.
Over your fucking...
Kia ora, bitch! I love Kitamine's fucking vanilla lisp. I'm all about it. One thing people don't know about me, and the scary part about this is my brother has one.
Veneers or a lisp?
My six gross. I find lisps so sexy.
Oh.
Like, so sexy.
I don't think I've got an opinion.
Unless you're spitting all over me outside of the bedroom, I don't want it. But I love a lisp. You know, there's lisp spitters and then lisps like that'll dry. Like, I don't feel like Kidda would spit on me unless I asked for it.
What's a dry lisp?
Where you're not like, my brother talks like this.
That's very cute.
But it's hot. I think it's hot. I mean, I'm not attracted to my brother. That's...
You're not?
No, I'm not that Arabic.
I was like, that's very not Lebanese.
If he was a first cousin, maybe.
Oh, now you're
No.
talking.
There is nothing that Kittamine does. Like, literally, she could shit in my breakfast and I would be like, please, sir, please, ma'am, can I have some more?
I don't share that enthusiasm, but I
That's
do...
why you need to get out of the throuple and make it a double, kiddo.
Talk later.
Did Art buy new teeth as well?
And I'm not going to let some old man in a dress stand in my way.
Can we pause this for a sec? Wanna see?
My old man in a dress.
I am honestly really, really disappointed in Etc. because for someone who, in every article I've read, had one of the first three things mentioned, she's an activist and a pioneer. Well, they're an activist and a pioneer. I say she because I'm just looking at drag queens, and drag queens generally she. Some are they and he, etc. But you know, not that etc. But I'm really disappointed because if you had said that in front of her, she would have snatched your skull off your neck. 3 queens in now. So far, when it comes to favouritism, I'm loving my NZ queens
We're 3 queens in.
from New Zealand.
All
3 are
all
in.
3 are in. I was like, pretty sure we've seen like 6 people come in now.
Well, no, we've seen, what was it? A bunch of men in wigs and 1 cockroach. 1 vermin. Pest. I said to Anita, you need to be a host on a children's show and look at what she's fucking wearing in the talking head. She looks like a fucking wiggle from the 70s. Kitty suggested when I told her that in drag, and I actually think that would be perfect. She needs Kidda's costumes.
I mean, not with the whip. But
Well, that's like Kidda's
maybe a
costumes.
different accessory.
Can you imagine? Just like a dildo. You need to host a kid show. She's just that happy.
Oh my God, Karen just like blazing through the workroom. I actually think she's actually by far the best put together out of all of them. Every little element of what she's wearing was so specifically thought about.
Except for the colour of the tights.
No, I don't agree with you. I think it's the lighting.
A lot of drag queens, you look at them and you're like, padding, padding, padding. I just get like, woman in the office.
Yeah. Just a busty lady typing some
office.
typing.
I love Karen. Fucking love the outfit she's wearing. I'm gonna take it. She took my lane. It's only fair I take her costume.
That got tweeted. That got tweeted
What did she
everywhere.
say? I can't
She
understand
said,
it.
I love that costume. I want to take it.
I took
She
my
said,
land, yeah.
She took my land. It's only fair I take her costume. That got tweeted like...
First her land, now her fucking crown. Can we just say how fucking hot the director of Thor is?
I love doing this sort of stuff. I love overacting. I just like, whew, don't want to fuck it up. Let's go.
She likes overdone stuff. I didn't get anything overdone, overacting about Kidda.
She's very subtle,
Subtle.
very subdued.
Sunscreen and lip balm.
That's it. I think his interjections were pre-recorded. They're stupid.
What happens to Art when she has her trademark Ocker accent taken away?
Nothing.
That.
It was literally the same with a lisp.
No, it wasn't as strong though. Like it's...
You think?
Yeah.
Sounded literally the same thing,
Not
just
to
with a
me.
lisp.
Well, this is why I'm a professional and you're a mother that's dressed like... I wouldn't even say a straight walker. That corpse you find on NCIS. Special Victims Unit. You know what? Live, bitch.
Oh, look at him. She's hello.
I like it, Maxie. When she runs, it's adorable because it is just like...
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
It is a waddle!
I'm sorry, that was funnier than Ru is letting out.
You cannot tell me that Maxie does not feel every single brush against those nipples. Oh, and
This-
the double chin, which is like... Oh. Because you know
I'm done.
some dumb bitches try to be sexy and she's just like, no, I'm going to give you reality.
Yeah.
She had, I'm telling you, she's like, she didn't slip on her own puddle.
No one's attractive when they're having an orgasm.
I wouldn't know because I
You've never had one?
Earned the right to wear white, ladies.
I mean, absolutely untrue.
Name one person I've slept with.
I don't know them.
Kidding me.
It doesn't mean that you haven't
Kidding
done
me.
it.
Not with her in the room.
Sean, do you want to give her the clap?
No one laughed at that at the screening.
That's so funny.
It's brilliant.
You want to give her the clap?
You're our only hope. Seriously.
That was so well done.
Because she has a lisp naturally.
Anita, wake lip. Let's start with anger.
I love that it's completely silent.
Let's just cool down for a minute. The happiest day of your life. The happiest day of your
Looks
life.
exactly the same.
Anita, for someone who's so fucking loud, made absolutely no noise. Which I love. I love. And that face full of expression. Expression. Singular. Now we get to the single mother who thinks she still has it. Electra.
Over processed bleach hair.
Seeing the face move up close.
It looks much better.
No, but I don't understand again.
No, I don't get the choices at all. Nothing is
Like-
harmonious with anything.
I want to suck your soul
I
and then
bought
out
this
of
for
your
you
dick.
for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Just,
Karen from Thine
oh my god, she
I want you
just
to
looks
start dancing.
incredible.
Stop dancing the room.
Can we just say, you know she's fucked the boss at least once because she's walking a bit
Because
slow,
she
she's got some
works in
swagger.
finance.
She does. But she's walks in with a bit of swagger. She probably had one
hello.
to 4 glasses of
Hi,
wine at
doll.
lunch. I want a Karen from Finance doll. I want a little typewriter. I want, a couple of ruffle pussy bow shirt.
Maybe-
I want like a Barbie fantasy. And she's the kind of woman who still wears an old-fashioned girdle and she her suspenders clipped to her panties,
to her
like her
panties.
stockings. Oh, does she wear panties in the... Oh my god. They're sliding down. She can quite get them up after seeing the boss. I'm all about Karen.
Deb's created an entire fantasy.
Backstory.
Yeah. He's got a porn going in his head.
It was just that walk into the challenge. She's just the way she's like,
She's like, hello! Sorry I'm late!
woman, do you realise you're not a contestant on Drag Race? You're on the Treasury Board. Like, what are you doing? Get back to your boardroom. In the words of Kitty, Karen, you have my heart.
I can't believe I said that. What a dickhead.
So, workroom. It was funny though when Art brought up, like, Kalutzi?
Yeah.
Your boss?
Isn't that your boss?
Oh.
And then the other boss walks in.
Ah! Love it.
No, but love you, Keita, but please don't fucking tell me you didn't know that your best mate was competing
Like,
with
your best
you.
mate, your co-owner, like,
Come
Like,
on, love.
we know Karen isn't handling your finance, so who is doing the bizzo?
Exactly. You knew, girl. You knew. You had been new.
If these kinds of lies are going to be going forward in our relationship,
Yeah, you
we may
can't
need
lie to
counselling.
us, okay?
You won't lie
We
to
need
us.
honesty and transparency at all times. It was nice to see all of their outfits moving.
Art's hair for you.
Oh my God, I said that. As soon as we sat down, I was like, I have to go back on what I said. Art's hair is fabulous.
I love Art's look, but as I said, I don't like repeating looks for openings on reality shows.
I
which is
didn't
why
like it because it was a little bit too tongue-in-cheek. It
I
was
thought you like tongue in your cheek. She is Greek. Apple Pisu. Google it. Up the back.
Wah, wah.
This is why Kitty is, notice everyone, this is segment 1, and she's already stuttering.
Babe, I had like almost a litre of juice.
Fermented juice called
No, just not-
Prosecco.
Clean your fucking lace, girls. Clean your lace.
Wait, but-
It
wait,
is the first
Wait, they
episode
had no
of
warning.
Drag Race.
No warning. I didn't know it was
First
gonna be on Drag
episode
Race.
of Drag Race Down Under season fucking 1. Clean your lace. Maxie's lace was dirty. Scarlett's lace was dirty.
I don't think Scarlett's was dirty. I think Scarlett's was a case of aggressive bronzing on the hairline. And because once you...
Hold a minute. The middle of her face was clown white.
Yeah.
Why the fuck was there that much
because she's-
bronzer around her
But
face?
it was a choice. on
Sure
top of it.
fucking was.
It's the challenge. I don't know why Electra won.
I don't know either. All we saw was her screaming.
I think experience comes into play. Etc. was so caught up in her own head about being funny rather than rolling with the moment.
Yeah.
So she made the one joke and from what we saw, failed to continue growing on it. Whereas Electra, that dumb fucking scream,
Yeah, it just
tickled
kinda
Rue's
worked.
G-spot and she just kept going.
Kept going with it.
That's how, and you can tell that's 8 years experience in cabaret theatre. They used a lot of a certain contestant in the promos because she was fucking funny. surprised she didn't do better in the challenge. I'm mad!
I'm so mad.
There was a lot of talk calling JoJo the Shangela of the season. And I wonder if she'll come back for a second season or if it's because she was just really fucking funny with the commentary. She
be
was
either.
Actually, I probably would have given the Winter Maxi, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I thought
think
it
that
was
was funnier.
It was smart
Much
humor.
funnier.
But there's a way to do dumb humor, and she did it the smart way.
Yeah.
But this is where Maxi's experience comes through. Like, that woman is 700 years old, and she knows how to work a room.
I don't believe knows how to locate her. Doodaloo.
A ding-a-ling.
Oh no, she does. She tucks it. She tucks her vagina tighter.
Yeah, she can pierce when she's in drag.
Oh yeah, a lot can. Like, I mean, I don't understand why, especially because they all drink. I don't understand why you would cover up your urethra. I would personally use a catheter and have my bag taped to my leg.
Could you imagine how many infections people would give themselves if they were self-catheterizing like multiple times a week?
Etc. You're adorable, but I can't. What does that nose look like without the strong contour on Anita? I will tell you, it's like fucking Raven. It's a tiny pinched nose job from the front and this enormous thing from the side, this schnoz.
Yeah.
You can't contour it away. You know what it looks like. It's like saying, I wonder what her smile looks like
Can you
without the
imagine
lipstick.
could you imagine if it was a prosthetic? And she was like getting out of drag and then she just went dunk and like flicked off her massive nose. Can we just look at my boobs? They look fake.
Do you know what they look like?
Sports girl.
They look like Maxis. Overused,
Wah, wah,
overpumped. No, they're beautiful. So I've noticed that Scarlett likes to get her butthole out, and I find it interesting. That's the first
Kinda
one that we
reminds me
see
of
on
Violet,
TV.
like Violet. Remember
Yeah.
Violet was just forever naked.
It does look bigger in person than it does look here,
Mm.
because I saw her butthole many times, and I just, for me,
Oh dear.
I don't need to see your butthole when you. And when I say butthole, I just mean bum. I like a bit of a shield between myself
Mm-hmm.
and your butthole. Unless I'm going into it, don't need to see it. I am not happy about the fact that no one left space for Anita at the counter.
Rude.
I hope she sends all of you bitches home.
I think two people chose like not even to go near the counters. Art and
That's a
and
running thing.
someone
Though. Have
else.
you noticed a lot of the professional makeup artists in past seasons don't sit at the table? They bring
Yeah.
their own mirror and they sit with their own lighting.
Yeah.
Smart. I would do the same. I would want my space.
to be fair, me too. My favorite thing is to when I'm putting on a face is to be by myself.
Yeah, don't talk to
listening
me.
to my own music. I don't want to talk to anyone, and I just want to feel my fantasy.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
And you can't get those big mirrors. You can't get close enough.
but you also they're not because they're two-way mirrors. They're not as
Mirrory?
bright.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit dark. So they're not as detailed.
Yeah.
There are times where it's nice. Like the first episode, I would love a kiki with everyone. But after that, shut the fuck up and leave me alone.
Yeah.
Don't want to be near you, you're dead to me. But leaving her no space, unacceptable.
I can't remember who the other one was that didn't sit at a mirror. Art didn't, which I think was a power move.
Oh yeah. Art's already booked by World of Wonder. She doesn't need your
Yeah.
company. Also, I forgot JoJo's nipples were that small. What I did love about Scarlett's naked, butt naked versus drag, I would have done the whole prosthetic. I've always wondered in past seasons why no one's done it. It does cost a lot, but
Very expensive.
not if you get them from Wish.
I mean, it was a good choice.
Do you know what scared me? The belly button.
It was the labia for me. As we saw, Scarlett had a little bit of a
Blowout.
mishap in the workroom
Happens when you
where
bottom too much, ladies.
we both have differing opinions on what we would have done in that situation.
I would have quit Drag Race.
I think what she did was right. I'm not sure that there was any other way to do it in a guaranteed outcome way. Something like latex especially, I think the more you fuck around with something like that, the risk of it getting worse, I think sewing it up was clever. I almost think she should have even exaggerated the stitching to make it look intentional.
I have two thoughts going on. I would have either turned it into a breastplate and pant set underneath to create more of that exaggeration so you don't have to wear a corset, show your midriff, because Scarlett's body it's epic. And then I would have worn a belt to hide the seam, honestly. Or, if she didn't want to cut it, I would have gone hell for leather with the full plastic surgery fantasy. I would have gone tummy tuck, titty scars.
A few more cuts.
And Scarlett's second look was a black swan. On brand.
Well, she can't be a black person.
Again. I just had to love for Scarlett the bloody national animal of Perth is a fucking black swan. You can't make this shit up.
Is it a black swan specifically, or is it just a swan? Swan.
I thought it said black swan.
Because if it's just swan and she's gone and
commitment.
put
I love a
black
committed
swan,
queen.
that is commitment.
I thought it looked like a botchy, like, my mum needs to make me an outfit for book week, I'm going to glue some sequins to a toilet roll, and I'm going to... I couldn't. I wanted to love it. And especially a swan, there are so many things you do. Feathering. Bjork.
It's been done by Katya.
Yeah, but Scarlett borrows and recycles. Like, I don't mean that in a cunty way, but she does. Scarlett is known to set such a high standard with the finish of her looks. I would have loved to have seen it executed better because to me it looked amateur.
I love both her looks. I think she did them both really well. Love that for you, Scar.
I wanted to. And Miss Maxine Shield, her naked look, I loved that the more she walked, the more titty you got. In past challenges, because of societal standards, there seemed to be more of a challenge for bigger girls. I loved her interpretation of it.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
What I didn't like, I felt like Maxie was being exploited because I'm so used to her. Thought she was being forced to do pornography against her will.
Yeah.
And what I loved, it looks like fucking bubble wrap.
I actually got like shower curtain.
It's almost sophisticated. It's not the first time Maxie has worn a pearl necklace. First time she's not smeared it, but good job, girl. I love it.
I didn't live for the silhouette. I like the shape on her overall, but I don't like the trench coat. I kind of wish, because it was born naked, I wish she had done like the bedroom boudoir, sort of like, a big chunky lady with like a chiffon robe and
is that not
like
done to
walking
death?
And then, my titty, and then
is that not done
like a
to death?
Marilyn Pupuri. Yeah, but this shape, this silhouette is not something that you would wear and be nude underneath.
But this is where I got the confusion with this challenge. I mean, this whole born naked and all this additional accoutrement, for me, I found inconsistent across the board. I wish the bottom half was more sheer.
Yes.
Like, I would have loved to have seen some maxi shields. I would have loved to have her
We
perimenopausal...
want to see your pad. We want to see your incontinence pad.
I want to see your perimenopausal fantasy. I want to see you with your maxi pad wings hanging out. She doesn't ever hide behind being a bigger girl. Like, I didn't see a plus size queen walking down the runway, and that's how you know she's gotten everything on point.
Yeah,
She's
it
not
was
hiding.
tailored right for her body. I think her hair was beautifully balanced. I like the jewellery. Her makeup is lovely and soft. I fucking love that it was so, just those big titties.
Look to the prawn.
The Ballina prawn.
I really didn't like the prawn. To me, it looked like it was made for book week again.
I loved it.
She really showed how you don't have to be limited by your size, because she looked, for the first look, she looked very round and curvaceous. She looked very slender for the second one. And it was a really great play on what you can do. You're only limited by your own imagination.
Prawns are like a weird orange-ish colour. Such an ugly colour. And she somehow managed to find shades and tones of that. I didn't love the hat. I found that the prawn head was a bit cardboardy
That's
in
what I meant.
comparison
It
to
looked
the rest.
book week to me. I think that's why she took it off so quickly, because it looked a bit
Maybe.
book weeky.
Maybe she put it on backstage and the other girls were like, don't know about the head.
Maxie's head has never been criticised.
It's an Australian, like, slang. It's very misogynistic. Boys will say, rip the head off, chuck it out, eat the body. Australian colloquial sexism.
I'm the total opposite. People look at the face, fall in love, get to the neck down, and they want to shoot themselves in their face.
What's that noise?
So, are you going to vote, or are you going to give a reason? I'm going to give a reason for my vote.
Just go.
Because I am still moist in my lady lips because of your first look. I'm going to say this. Because I actually fucking loved it. I pretend the prawn doesn't exist. I'm also allergic to seafood, so
That is
I
this is
kind of feel
extremely true.
personally attacked by your outfit.
I feel personally attacked by you when you're in my house because I'm a Greek and I can't cook like 80% of the things that I want to, because he also doesn't eat red meat. Next up we have Miss Electra Shock. Her
Not to
born
be
naked
mistaken
look.
for
Or
Electrocute from Melbourne. She has kept very on brand. Whenever she wears anything in a hose, it tends to be in corpse. She stuck to, this is my facial colour. I will not wear the same colour on my body.
She was paying homage to Ru in the 90s or something with this.
Can we stop with the ass kissing?
Listen, there is a place for ass kissing. It's not
The
on a
bedroom.
nude illusion runway. You were like Barbie nude. It was just a lump and just nothing.
But can you not say the same about other queens? I mean, if you're going to judge them on that, would you not say that, other ones wore a body stocking?
No, because the ones that wore body stockings at least had like parts on them.
Puss and
This was just weird. It was
yeah,
just
so
like
like-
a big structured.
contemporary dance nude. But also I've got to ask, I'm sorry, you were referencing someone who was in a kind of gender fuck football 80s outfit. You are a burlesque performer. I have seen you pretty much naked on your Instagram. Why did you not just go out naked?
What they should have done was come out with the like boy body and a full face of drag.
No, but that's what I mean though.
Gender
The
fuck, there you
RuPaul
go.
thing it had her male chest out, had her dick out.
Yeah.
Said you got a big dick, fucking show us. Why the stocking when your job usually is you naked?
Babe, I can't answer.
My only thought might be is that maybe she had some of her like corset on for the next challenge. It's a very quick turnover. I would have not compromised, but worked with those limitations and maybe exaggerated the hip for the next one so you don't need to wear a corset.
I mean, girl, her next look wasn't anything remarkable.
I'm trying to understand why the grey body stocking.
I don't think there's going to be a way for us to understand.
There is. And this is why I'm going to find a way to understand. Because, you know, you're dancer first, you're drag queen second.
Oh, fuck off with
Which
that.
I never would have gotten from this. I would have gotten maybe drag queen, maybe like an option, a hobby I was thinking about.
Once.
Passing thought when I was drunk, when I was experimenting. I'm not gay.
One time.
I'm not gay, but I like the taste of penis in my asshole.
I'm not bisexual, I'm bi-curious.
I'm not a lesbian. I just have sex with girls, but I kiss boys. Oh! It's because she's hairy.
Yeah.
Shave.
I mean, shave. It's just once.
Shave. And you showed us you can get to every last fucking crevice. You put your sock on with your
She's
asshole
like,
on the
I've
mirror.
got to put my socks on.
So I'm gonna put my socks on. By the way, hemorrhoids.
I feel personally attacked by that because I have hemorrhoids from having a child.
When Kitty thinks that I attack her in the edit and she says things like that and expects me not to include them. But notice, she says I have hemorrhoids, which is like,
I do. Why do you think I've been sitting on this chair? It's just ramming them up there.
I mean, Tara's like 35. Get those hemorrhoids banded.
I love the brown smear. Nude illusions.
I have a question for you. Do you think Electra, when given the theme, thought, I have $5. Me buy some offcuts, me go to Hot Dollar, and me buy some wings, me buy this. No, wait, let me finish, Alright, go on. And then, do you think she put on, so she threw down a white piece of fabric, so she didn't want to mess up the floor, put glue on her, threw everything on, just rolled in it. But then, unfortunately, the shit got stuck to her. She's like, yes, work. That's what I see, just you rolled in shit. That is so much more thought out than what actually happened.
She did say it's better than seeing someone dressed as an all black.
Take note, Scarlett. This had a lot going on. Like the whole, I found one wing in the gutter after Mardi Gras.
The sheets didn't have a place to belong.
But there was a meaning for them.
Just because it means something doesn't mean it belongs to that look. The land of 1,000 hearts, that's beautiful. But like you could have done so much. Like you want hearts? I want to see hearts from your fucking hairline to your toenails. Make sure there are 1,000 actual hearts stuck on you.
This was just messy. And the hair didn't go.
No.
The hair was,
It's nice hair. I just don't think it goes with that.
I might be being nitpicky, but I found it like almost fully styled. It wasn't fully styled, it was like almost there.
I think you're being a bit picky. But I think that hair
I feel like it was almost fully styled. I feel like it was almost there. I feel bad because she's looking at us and she's like, I'm owning this.
She loves it. She loves herself.
You know
in
that
it.
she's like, no one can clock me in this.
Didn't like it.
I want to say I love you like I have in the past, but
Like a love song, baby.
I'm waiting for Electra to shock me. I want to see. I want some excitement.
Haven't seen it yet.
I want you to get the paddles of life and
My favourite thing that I've seen you do is whistle through your gap teeth. The next queen is Miss Coco Jumbo. So Coco comes out in this that was a missed opportunity to show your sexy, curvy chocolate body. What the fuck are you wearing? The pillow eyes and mouth and the calamari earrings. When we watched this at the viewing party, I was like, and then I looked around and literally everybody was just like, huh? No one clapped. It was very fucking weird. But your face stunning.
What I did enjoy, I will say Reese Nicholson gave a shout out to Kmart, which is my favourite store.
It came up.
So, Kmart.
I'm still looking at it and I just, what the fucking hell was that? What's the point? And the second look for Coco Jumbo, paying homage to Coffs Harbour. They are known for having a big, giant banana sculpture. So Coco came as a silverback gorilla, which I thought was brilliant. I mean, she's just so pretty. And then she's got like kind of that teased mullet hair, and then she came out and was beating her chest, and I just thought that was brilliant. I thought the outfit didn't look costumey or gimmicky. It kind of almost like had swag to it, like she was kind of like crip walking down the runway. I love that she still had a red stiletto, like a red pump. I thought that was fucking amazing. I give that a love that for you. Coming up, Miss Etc. Etc.
Did she have a bodysuit on from the back? It looked like a full bodysuit.
I don't think. I actually don't think she did. I think it was like a prosthetic titty that was stuck to one side, and then the back down her spine was just a piece of like a strip of sequin.
Oh, it's a bunch of diamonds down her ass.
Because it's her actual butt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the problem with fucking 22-year-old skin. It's flawless.
I know. She looks the hair.
No, her skin is just so perfect. I straight up thought it was a body stocking.
Yeah, I know. What a...
Do you know
What
what?
a bitch.
Call me when you turn 30 fucking 4, you cunt. You know how a lot of people have done surgery?
Yeah.
And it's this is like
This is, like,
surgery
melted.
and it's kind of like sick and depressing but glamorous and exciting, and so many conflicting ideas. It was brilliant. I'm actually getting goosebumps talking about
She
it.
kind of looked like she had been attacked by like a flesh-eating bug.
But I kind of like that it looked
Maybe
like
it was a cockroach. I loved her face. I loved those gloves.
But you know what I liked?
Hair.
I love that it looked almost self-inflicted, but then there was, by the time she got fully naked, there was a pride behind it.
Well, that was the conversation of battling with her femininity.
Like romantic, but
It was a
scary.
tragedy, romantic tragedy. It was a Shakespearean tragedy on the
Melancholy.
stage. Loved the hair. I don't know what this like little...
I liked the back.
The tiny mullet hanging at the back. I don't know if like...
it. For me, it was part of the falling apart fantasy.
Okay, could be. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like some pins just fell out, and it was like, oops, my hair's just...
Look,
Was it intentional?
I think it was intentional. I get the styling references. I loved that she was naked, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm covering
I'm gonna
everything.
be more naked.
I'm covering
Uno
everything.
memento."
I'm covering everything with this piece of oxygen-based fabric," and it just dropped that, and it was like, "Oh, there's my butthole."
Yeah. There's my glory hole. When I saw her come out, I didn't expect it. I just thought she would do like just come out naked kind of thing, you know, banging body, very young person. So I just thought
Has yet to hit puberty.
Literally. And when I saw that, I was like...
And talking about being, you know, a trailblazer and an advocate for diversity, that you fucking...
Look, number 2 was an homage to Etc's home city, Canberra, which is our capital city. For anyone who thinks it's Sydney, you're a dickhead. It is where Parliament House is.
Do you know why it's Canberra? They chose a
Canberra.
place that they said was in the middle between Canberra and Sydney, and it is not in the middle at all.
Sydney and Melbourne is what you meant to say.
Oh, that is what I meant to say.
They
not in the
literally
middle at all.
created a state in the middle of New South
But
Wales.
the thing is, it's like, there's Sydney, there's Melbourne. They're like, we're going to go in the middle. Canberra.
Canberra, right here. Canberra is the city of, there's a parliamentary triangle. So she had that on her coochie pooch. And Canberra is also...
Her bloody coochie pooch.
If you've ever been to Canberra, it is literally just fucking roundabouts and figure eights. Lots of lines, lots of swirls. So that
Who doesn't love lots of lines?
She was stunning. I think it was very well put together.
It was so beautiful. Give me all the reasons you want. I think you fucking tried it. I love a conceptual look, but for me it was, I live near a beach, so I wore red because people get sunburned.
That's a stretch.
That's what that fucking outfit was for me. I was like,
no,
and it's
so
like, people in
romantic.
Canberra will understand that this is the parliamentary triangle. No, girl, you know, triangle on your pussy or your stomach. That's your pussy. I get it.
Okay.
Or your bussy, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Buzz.
Bussy. That's a kiss in Arabic. The reason why I'm giving that is because that first look, oh my god. Jojo's a hoe. Jojo's a what? Jojo's a skate. Jojo's a slut. Jojo's a streetwalker. Jojo's a hoe. A call girl, we did say call girl. I was the one that got her into that wig.
I love that wig.
I remember we were at Padu's Markets in Haymarket. I was like, bitch, why don't you wear fucking braids?
Yeah, get a little Kim
And
wig.
twists and and so she tried it on, and this one she had no money, and she was like, Mummy, can you wire me some cash? And she did, and she's worn it a fair whack, and I think she should because it suits her. She looks
It's
great.
a great wig.
I
Oh
didn't.
my God.
I thought her puss was a bit too high. I didn't realise you got longer legs than I ever realised.
I love the
A lot
bushy
of
puss.
Aboriginal people have incredible legs, I got to say. Oh, here we go. You want some more backseat? So when a few years ago, Jojo had said to me she was going to get bigger pads, and I saw her because we hadn't seen her for a hot minute. And I was like, girl, are these your bigger pads? Because I love this new silhouette. Like, it really suits. And she's like, no, those bigger pads are now my shit.
Her tiny pads.
No, her calves. And she's got bigger ones that are her hips.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Work.
I love it. You want a bit of secrets from behind the vault door?
I loved the hairy puss.
I loved the gross fingering of the bush.
Yeah.
It was great.
That she kind of went like,
You do know that was the first time she's ever touched a pussy and probably the last.
I think what she put on was tribal, but not Aboriginal. What I'm a bit disappointed is that, you know, this is obviously going to be shown, like, people
Around
in
the
the
world.
US are going to watch it.
The UK,
which usually,
Canada.
yeah, but usually the UK and Australia have watching history, you know, like they watch Neighbours and Home and Away and all this kind of stuff, which are our shows. But the US very rarely will watch something that's aired in Australia. And the US already doesn't understand what Aboriginal culture is. I mean, I guess for the first one, for the naked one, it didn't really matter so much because that wasn't the hometown look.
Can I interject there only because you said it doesn't matter so much for me, and this I had a conversation with her because she feels she fell short on that one. Part of the reason why it was a bit, I love you, but busted was because she self-admitted ran out of time. Because I mean, it's your first time on the show.
Yeah,
You don't know how you're going to manage your time. That's why like the black underbit was showing and everything. A lot of traditional Aboriginal looks. There is a lot of nudity and body art.
Of course.
You know, in the ochres and Bangara, they played on all that with their dance pieces. For me, that would have been the time to showcase, you know, you're born naked and the rest. So that it's the culture's already, when we're talking traditionally already so naked, would have been the time to then embellish.
She could have like literally covered herself, you know. She's got a beautiful body.
Even if she didn't want to do something traditional with like actual sacred markings, it might maybe even referencing like wall art might have been interesting on it because people. You might not know about Aboriginal history, but a lot of people understand the when you spit the clay onto the hand and that leaves the print. Something like that. I would have liked to have seen, just because you're already naked. The culture traditionally is very naked. I think that was the time to really play up your culture.
So let's go, bitch. Show me your titties.
Next
Let me
look.
Hometown
This look,
of Aboriginal.
we spoke about this today, looks very similar. I don't know if it is exactly the same one. If it's not, it looks very similar to, there is a historic moment when she marched in Dubbo, and this is why Jojo started to get a bit of a name for herself, because of, you know, being gay, being Aboriginal, being in drag, and going out. It was a monumental moment.
When I saw it, when I first watched the episode, I was like, oh, I don't like it. And now I've just seen it again and I don't feel as critical of it somehow. I've got a surprise for the judges, and she just takes off
Oh yeah, that's editing.
takes off her turtle neck and just throws it, and I'm like, is that a reveal? I mean, okay, we have a necklace underneath. Go off, sis. And then when she turned around and pulled up her cape, always was, always will be, Aboriginal land. And that was beautiful. I think it was a little
Hodgepodge.
crafty.
Good choice of my word. That's my baby.
One thing I did find interesting about this look is Jojo was mixed, and referencing a regal other ethnicity country. I thought it could have been cool for her, rather than going Marie Antoinette, to do something English, just to reference both sides of her, because this is a where you from. You know what I kind of like? After you said it, I kind of like the protest aspect about it. Like, I kind of like the whole, because when you say protest, the signs are
Homemade.
They're not works of art. They're, you know, they're not pretty.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Because ultimately, it could have been better than what it was.
A lot of drag queens have an international following and thus have the jobs and the finances to fund costumes. Jojo made all of her own costumes. And you'd said today that some people are now speaking about having a costume budget cap, which would be interesting to see moving forward. So on that note, I'm sorry, I love you. Don't hate me.
Hello, it's Karen from Finance. The naked look was fucking hysterical. I love that the curtains match the drapes, the curtains match the carpet, the drapes match the floor mat.
You know what didn't match? The tan lines.
The tan
Genius.
lines were so funny.
Genius.
Slightly chunky, slightly older white woman in
cover-up.
in Florida,
The cover up.
in the Gold Coast.
Some queens don't know how to stay on brand throughout different challenges.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it was brilliant.
Like, that's sensible.
because it's a pool
I'm
look,
going-
so she's got a pool wedge on.
I'm walking. No, that's a sand wedge. She's going to the beach. Karen, you have my heart.
Fuck off. The bodysuit that she's wearing is all sparkles,
Like, if we're realistic, it
tan lines.
it does kind of look like she has like psoriasis. Karen's a character.
Yeah.
And I love that on this, she's found ways to surprise us that we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Because Karen Finance could be very one-dimensional. And she's got it going. Which takes us to her next look.
Oh my god. The hometown look was a take on the Melbourne Cup. For those of you who don't know what the Melbourne Cup is,
The first
It is,
Tuesday of every November.
firstly, it's animal cruelty.
Oh, yeah, no, I
don't
don't watch
support
it.
horse racing at all.
Don't even get me started.
But the fuckers that go, generally speaking, don't even watch the race. They're just there to get pissed. You will see some fucking shit, I'll tell you what.
You will actually see pussy. They're literally falling down.
Some of these girls are so fucking
No,
drunk,
wait,
they actually don't
wait.
remember how to put one foot in front of the other.
They all go together. They go to Maya. They buy their raffia fascinate. They go to
Cooper Street.
to buy the same fucking dress.
They're all the same.
In the media, in the last few years, the people who have been photographed being completely unable to walk and causing problems and being taken away by the police have been women. And this character played very much into that. Like,
Oh, 100%. She had like crooked makeup, was like smudged on the side. She was still smiling though, so she was
they
like,
always are.
I'm having the best time.
what I do love as well, she looks like she's on a company trip. Like, she's
Yeah.
still kind of corporate. Like,
Yeah.
we're just going for, like, we'll have a drink for the Melbourne Cup at lunch.
Staying on brand. It's still Karen from Finance, drunk at the races.
I want to know, I don't believe she had more than an hour for lunch, but she stayed and got shit-faced at the races.
Correct.
And I love that she threw her bedding tabs in the air. Every element, even the toilet paper on the shoe.
Oh my god. Did a shot as she came out. She's got 2 fascinators on. Easy.
And only because I accidentally did that last week. That was fucking epic. Karen,
It was so good.
have
So
my
good.
heart.
Stop.
Next up, we have Anita Wiglet and her take on Eve in the Garden of Eden. I have one thought that I have to say really quickly. Alaska did pretty much this exact look for All Stars.
True. I love this hair on her though. I think she looks really pretty.
Anita has one of those faces which it's so unusual, and that's where her beauty lies. Like, I love her face. But this look, sadly for me, was, and we know how I feel about recycling, very, very recycled.
I didn't like that the ivy was like embroidered and it was in like a structured shape. I feel like I kind of like it when it's sort of like whimsically wrapped around the body. It wasn't fully realised to me. Like, I feel like
I can see
even
where you're coming
the
from.
snake was kind of cheap looking. Like,
It was too thin.
yeah, it was. She
I want
was
an
floppy.
anaconda. I want an anaconda.
I want a boa constrictor, a
do.
live boa constrictor.
The one that was with Britney at the Grammys, her second look, I thought was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's great.
The shape.
But this was the thing that Electra said. She was like, there's more to New Zealand than just the All Blacks and sheep.
So for those of you who don't know, and I'm speaking mainly to our kind of, I would even say UK and American and Canadian
Offshore
friends. New Zealand has a reputation for having a long-standing romance with the sheep community. There are many, many jokes about New Zealanders and their fondness of our friends in fleece.
I mean,
And I'm not here to comment on whether or not it's true.
I didn't think you were going to take this there. There
These
are
are-
a lot of sheep in the country,
Uh-huh.
even if no one's fucking them.
Someone has to love the sheep. Do you know what I loved? The performance with Anita and the sheep and the kicking and the
Yeah,
characterization.
it was cute. It's very Anita. Anita's
It is,
very
yeah.
like kitschy and camp, and it's like, oh, I'm a friend.
Because I did it for Scarlett, I got to say that I don't like that you recycled your Eve. But I do love, like, I actually adore the sheep.
The sheep was friggin' cute.
And for that reason alone.
Yeah.
Kidda's, look, I was just very happy that I got to see Kidda's balls.
I mean, yeah.
I love them. Her big pink balls.
I love pink.
And you love balls.
And balls. I don't know if it was naked enough for me.
But this is where this challenge didn't make sense. Obviously, they've gotten a brief that was extended outside of naked.
I feel like I need to see like a bit of nip or an ass crack or a puss slit.
These are the shoes that she wore to the Australian premiere and sprained her ankle on stage and had to be carried off. She didn't make it to any after parties, my poor kidda, because she busted a leg in those pleasers.
Why are you exposing her like that?
Because I feel bad for her. I love her.
What if she doesn't want anyone to know she sprained her ankle?
Well, everyone told me long before she was there. I was devastated.
I don't know.
I felt bad for the other queens because they're like, Dehab, and I'm like, where's Kidda?
I know, huh? That would have been a nice reunion.
If we're being honest, apart from, say, Jojo, Karen, etc., they're not naked looks. They're themed looks with a bit of body stocking. You're not naked. Like, show me your inner labia. I want to see it.
I want to see your piss slit.
No, so I'm just...
Romantic.
Her next look, the all black, was... that look was
The
beautiful.
all black look was awesome.
And
Love that.
what I liked is she managed to look, and this is going to sound like a read, but I don't mean it. She kind of looked... To me, she doesn't ever look stocky, but she did, and almost like a footballer.
Like a rugby player.
Yeah, but then managed to then make it this gown.
69
69 is an obviously common joke within our world.
But it's slapstick and it's tongue in cheek and it's funny.
But I wasn't expecting it from Kidda.
Yeah,
Because she's been so innocent and girly.
Harajuku.
But even with the balls look, it was all very sweet and cute, and then
It was
suddenly...
very Katy Perry, actually, the balls.
Yeah, and then suddenly it's a meal for two,
Yeah.
and I'm here
Dinner
for
for
it.
two, 69. I like that her hair was like helmety. I like her makeup. I like that her eye makeup was like drawn. She redid her makeup completely between the two looks, which is a commitment. She was holding a stoned ball.
Oh shit, that was an accident.
Next up, we have Art Simone, who's given Diab full body reactions. It was beautiful. And I love that on the naked side, like she really did that. Like she just had a base on and nothing else. Like there was no brow. When that came out, I was like, you cunts are dead.
Do you know
She's
what?
gonna
Like,
leave you for dead.
that's, to me, it's almost like, and I know it's not what it looks like, but it's like kind of like half skinned alive.
Yeah, it's like she's been like ripped.
Can I apologise for not being as excited as I want to be? There is a baby.
Yeah, she really wants to scream. Get close to your mic and
There were two. I self-lubricated over.
Art and etc.
Arts was not what I was expecting. You don't expect the half-half, and I love a half-half look. They're probably my favourite looks.
Very hard to do, actually.
She got me hard in this. Oh.
I think it was amazing.
And then Art's
was
second
beautiful.
look. I have an affinity to Melbourne. Melbourne is where I've only ever felt like home.
Really?
I love Melbourne. I cry every time I leave Melbourne. Like when I say
Really?
cry, I'm not.
I could take it or leave it.
No, I don't shed a tear. Like I uncontrollably
So why don't you
sob.
move to Melbourne?
There's more work here. I'm an actor. There's more work here. I cried when I saw it. It was everything I know Melbourne to be and more. It played into so many, and that's what she talks about. It played into so many people, so many lifestyles, so many elements. Melbourne is rough and creative and artsy and polished, and I absolutely adored that look. God, this is like a raw side of Diab. Diab doesn't do it raw.
I didn't live. I feel like it was a little bit, there was like too much going on because there was so much graffiti.
That's the thing for me.
I don't know, it was
the
a little
too
bit
much graffiti
chaotic.
that's Melbourne to me.
The wig looked like a wet Liza Minnelli.
For me, it was a little bit more Pat Benatar.
I like that she started like a lady. That hair's fucking busted. Karen wins the challenge. In the bottom three,
We have Jojo.
Coco Jumbo and Electra Shock.
Then
Do you agree?
I'm going to have to say yes because there was, of all the queens, those three had presented looks.
That was
With-
the weakest, leaving Jojo Soho and Electra Shock to lip sync for their lives.
What's it a kiki?
So, how did you feel about the lip sync?
I actually think they were both... It was underwhelming from both of them. I don't think either of them really turned it out.
For me, if anyone that knows me knows, the minute you pound your pussy to the pavement, you're out. I don't like a gimmick. I don't like hiding behind. My
like
parents sent me to
Death
gymnastics.
drops and like pussy slams and...
For me, doing drag as a performance is about emoting, lip syncing, taking me on a journey with the song.
Personally, I don't think either of those girls did that.
But the minute Electra
It was a stupid song.
did it, that's the hard part. But what I'm getting to is normally the minute someone does a split, I'm like, it's over. But she did it right.
Except it was funny because I watched in the background and she did get up very ungracefully.
Yeah, she was pulling herself up. That's a dude.
There was a moment where I felt that you could see JoJo giving up after
I saw the light just turn
someone
off
blew the candle out.
in her eyes.
And that
Just-
was the bit, I've got to say, it was, for me, it was personally very hard to
Diab
watch.
was literally crying in the club, like tears crying.
I will get emotional. It actually broke my heart because I know how much JoJo wants this, and she did fight her best. And because she gave up, I can't disagree with the decision that was made.
No. And JoJo is sent home, and now there are 9.
Shipped her ass on a plane back to Australia.
Immediately, mind you.
Thank you for coming back, and
Thank
we
you for
love
watching.
a comeback.
We love a good comeback, and we're here for your
Come.
return. I was going to say it, but I was like, oh, I don't want that on camera.